Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your TNA spoilers for the month of January through February, like 6 weeks. But former TNA Knockouts champion ODB recently spoke with James Walsh on Interactive Wrestling Radio. You can download the full interview at their link, and here are the highlights from the show. And you can also go to the YouTube link as well. Okay, her new barbecue and hot sauce compared to JR's. It's going to be good. Since I left TNA back in 2014, I came out with my own barbecue sauce and hot sauce. I've been traveling, of course, in my famous trailer, the Silver Bullet. I've been traveling in the country, going to different barbecue festivals, bike weeks. It is funny. I actually landed a really good gig. I'm now working with Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. He has a bar right now on the beach, Daytona Beach. It's called Jimmy Hart's Hall of Fame Bar. So I'm actually opening up a restaurant called ODB's Barbecue. It is going to be right next door to Jimmy's. Actually, we're in a hotel. It is a famous hotel. We're at the Mayan Inn, right here in Daytona Beach. So he has his bar, and I'm going to have my barbecue joint. We're going to have a great opening in February. We have not set a date yet. Working as a bartender while working for TNA Impact Wrestling. Oh yeah. I've been in the bar business for, a long time. Since my OVW days, I've always loved the bar business. When I was with TNA, we do a lot of shows. I get bored. I hate wasting days. There's always time to make money. So, buddy, I owned a bar, and I was like, I'll try out bartending. And I'd watch myself on Thursday nights at the bar and be on the bar and be the bartender. And she laughs. Putting a modern-day Rick Rude and main eventing Ring of Honor's TV show and appearing on Total Non-Stop Deletion in the same week. And she laughs about that as well. Yep, it's a great being a free agent. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can say what you want. I have been getting a lot of calls. I haven't wrestled in a while, so I've been doing stuff with Ring of Honor. I love them because they are actually giving girls an opportunity. There are always 3 or 4 matches on the show, but I'm wrestling girls way younger than me now. And she laughs about that. Got to keep up with the new era here. And she comments on how she ended up on Total Non-Stop Deletion. I actually brought my food truck to TNA, so I fed them lunch. I left her on good terms. We were always on good terms. We were talking, and they were wanting to know if I wanted to do a little show up at the Hardy compound. I was like, hell yeah. Her take on Total Non-Stop Deletion event itself, it was entertaining to be there. It was interesting to be there. So she arrived in her Airstream, parked at Jeff Hardy's house. I couldn't tell anyone I was there because I kind of wanted to keep it a surprise. We taped it about a month ago, so I got there a day early and watched what they were doing. So had some drinks at the Hardy Boys' house, at your house. It was cool to sit back and watch that and see Jerry Reborash. It is cool. It is different. There is something really cool there. And I get to go motor Joan. And she laughs about that, too. I didn't think that was going to make TV. I was just like, I'm going to grab this guy and see what happens. And she laughs about that, too. If the TNA appearance was one-off or if she is going to be back on the roster. Oh boy, you never know. I have a lot of stuff going on. Never say never. I just came back from Japan, so I still have wrestling in me. I think I'm gonna make another run at it. Set more indie bookings. And her comments on a recent tour of Japan. It was cool. It was great. That was my first time over there. It is funny though, since I sell a lot and grab my booths. Then they thought that was funny. And so that's about that too. And they like the ODB over there. I'm so different from the other girls. One of the Japanese girls asked me, "Are you gonna put your pants on?" She asked. Well, my ass likes to hang out a little more these days. And she comments on her former husband, Eric Young, success in WWE, NXT. I love how all those guys like AJ Styles is champion. It is like, what the heck? That is awesome. That is where he belongs. it is really cool for all the original TNA guys to get the real big opportunity. You've got my buddy, you got my hubby EY, Bobby Roode, A-Double. It is cool to see those guys doing that. We all want to be on the big show, you know. It is what we're in the business for. NXT is awesome. I haven't been to a show yet, believe it or not. Jimmy Hart won't give me a day off. What the heck? Not sure lots about that. Comments on meeting Jimmy Hart. I've known him for years. From my indie days. We were both at Bite Week. We started talking and he said, let's work together. He gives me a huge opportunity. I can't screw things up. What barbecue sauce to buy? ODBs or JR's? Oh, crap. Grab them both. Get them together. I actually met Jim Ross for the first time about a month ago in Nashville. I went to a show. Jeff Jarrett, James Storm was there. That was fun. That was my first time ever meeting him. So hopefully I'll be on the Jim Ross report soon. I really want to have a barbecue cook-off with him, and I'm challenging to it. The growth of women's wrestling these days, I think NXT started well. I think us TNA Knockouts set the bar up there to where we all were so different. Different characters. We're not. I think with WWE, they're bringing that back. They're a big part of the show. They're main eventing pay-per-views. That is freakish awesome. If WWE's appreciation for female wrestling makes her want to go there, it does. I get excited. It's like, oh crap, they're bringing in all different girls and they're letting them wrestle and not be like they took away the word diva, and that's cool. Women are a big part of pro wrestling. We're not just managers and valets. We actually can go. Sex sells, but we're not doing pillow fights anymore. Thank God. There's a time and a place for that. But they're wrestling now in cage matches. Is it crazy? It is crazy. If TNA follows WWE's example and drop the Knockouts name, no, Knockouts is good. We're Knockouts. Comments on Jeremy Morris. Honestly, he is one of the hardest working guys in wrestling. JB is so talented. He knows his wrestling. I miss him. But he's been busy. He's been with Robert Irvine and doing his shows. What really is in her flask? It always depends who I'm wrestling. Yes, I did put real stuff in it. You could kind of tell if you watch my matches. Sometimes I take a big swig, and you see I was like, oh damn, I had some good stuff. I had a fireball in there. Sometimes Jägermeister. I actually got Gail Kim one time pay-per-view. Everybody thought I didn't put anything in it. She grabbed it and she was like, oh crap. Also got Jackie Moore with it too. I was like, drink it. Actually, a funny story with the flask. It was me and Ewok, and we were about to go out. Sting is a very reserved, very good-looking guy. He's a gentleman. He said, can I ask you a question? What do you put in that flask? I was like, here, you want to taste it? He was like, oh, no. I said, well, come on. She called him a P word. And she commented to herself, what'd you call him a P word? Oh, crap. Then my music hit, and I was like, thank God, see you later. Comments on TNA and potential new ownership. Let's look at it like a new beginning. They need to get out there more, do house shows, be more active. Well, in one of the spoilers, Bobby Lashley defeated Eddie Edwards at this previous Sunday's TNA taping to become four-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Lashley won a 30-minute Iron Man match, 3 falls to 2 on an episode that is expected to air on January 26th. Show you a picture of him becoming champion. Eddie Edwards had defeated Bobby Lashley to win the title at this past October's TNA tapings in Orlando. Thanks to Wrestling Inc., reader Lynn B for all the results from every single night. Taped on January 7th, 2017, JB announced a match called Chase for the Case, which is basically the same as Feast or Famine. With multiple briefcases suspended, they all have different rewards. Chase for the Case, Shara, Crazy Steve, Jesse, Trevor Lee, Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, Tyrus, Eli Drake, Bram, Eddie Kingston, and Mike Bennett. What a good way to send Brother Nero and Broken Matt off into the Meat Man land, as Broken Matt says. Well, red briefcase. Guess what? Eli Drake. Blue briefcase. Trevor Lee. Yellow briefcase. Kingston. Green briefcase. Broken Matt. It was announced that Moose would have to defend Impact Grand Championship against the returning Drew Galloway. Laura Van Ness versus Alyssa was taped for Explosion. EC3 came out with a chair and is pissed because of Davey Richards interfering in the title match. He calls out the Wolves, but Bobby Lashley responds instead. There was a shut your mouth chant at a fan who tried to chant boring at Bobby. They agreed to a last man standing match where the winner gets a shot at the title. Well, it was Bobby Lashley defeating EC3 in a last man standing match after putting him through a table on the floor. Brooke Adams returned and defeated unknown talent in her return match. Cena came down and attacked Brooke after the match. Drew Galloway defeated Moose to become the new Impact Grand Champion. Galloway won the first round. Moose won the second, and Drew pinned him the third to win the title. DJ Zema defeated Andrew Everett, Caleb Conley, Trevor Lee, and Marsh Rocket to retain the X-Rated Championship. Lee, Everett, and Helms attacked ADJ with a chair to his knee after the match. Lashley came out and demanded Eddie Edwards, who answered the call. Lashley says he wants a 30-minute Iron Man match for the title. The champ agreed, says when he wins, they'll refer Lashley to his bitch. Bobby attacked, but Davey Richards comes out with a save with a chair. Kingston versus Davey Richards was taped for Explosion. They didn't say who won that match. Fact of Life with Eli Drake closed out the show. Well, like I said, Duke Champion crown on Impact. Drew Galloway made his return to Impact as well, so it's two champions in that one night. After Lashley won his championship. Well, Galloway defeated Moose in the third round to become the Grand Champion. Brooke Adams made her return to TNA, three-time knockout champion. Brooke Adams made a surprise return to Impact Wrestling at this weekend's television taping in Orlando, Florida. Adams left for the promotion in November 2015 after more than 5 years with TNA and gave birth to her first child with boyfriend Weston Wayne this past September. And you can see a picture of that on her Instagram. Real Brooke Adams, new look. Slowly popping in. Some days they're great. Some other days have no clue where they hide. Still getting used to this postpartum body. Anything I eat and totally shows. Can't get away with that. I could before. 100% proud of what this body went through to bring my son into this world. Hashtag embracing change. Hashtag 4 months postpartum. January 8th taping thanks to WZ WrestleZone writer Edward Ritlip, a.k.a. Mr. Eddie G on Twitter. In the Trevor Lee defeated versus DJZ. Lee was all about himself. DJ won with a DJT. Spud versus Braxton Cutter. Spud was wearing his baby blue chauffeur's outfit. Sutter won with a boot to the face in the corner. James Storm defeated James Storm. Won a quick match. It was the last call against Mahabali Shera. A microphone was brought out, and Spud came out to introduce Aaron Rex and his hideouts attire. Though he says he looks Rexcellent, Rex says his way is non-violence. He gets Spud to sing his name 3 times. Aaron Rex. And I think they have new gear that I'll show you as well. Jesse Gunners versus Aaron Rex. Lots of interference by Spud, leading to Rex loading his fist while referee Stifler was distracted for the win. Tag team match, the Decay with Rosemary. Rosemary licked a young boy on the cheek with a Decay mask before the match. What the heck? They're supposed to be heels. Well, anyways, it's Decay versus the DCCs, Kingston and Bram with no James Storm. It appears Decay are the faces here, as some fans are starting the DCC chant, but Kingston says that they don't need them. With the referees distracted, Rosemary sprays her ex. Bram with a miss when he tries to bring a chair in. Abyss pinned Kingston with a black hole slam. Still prefer Decay's old music. KO match. Madison Rayne versus returning Angelina Love. With no beautiful people, music, boo. Love looked fantastic. She also had a baby last year with Davey Richards. Love won the match. She was playing the heel here. I wonder if we'll be seeing more of her now. Side note, there's no one at the announce desk. Drew Galloway versus Broken Man Hardy. Rebby and King Maxon were out for her to play Matt's entrance on her piano. Broken Matt got the win with a twist of fate after Drew hit shoulder first into the ring post. Moose versus Mike Bennett with Maria. Yes, Moose still has his damn earrings for the match. Moose won. Lashley versus Jeff Hardy in the main event. Great back and forth match with Jeff hitting a swanton bomb outside on the steel stairs, but Lashley won with a spear. Okay, here's the full results for a TNA One Night Only pay-per-view taping that was taped on January 8th. Courtesy of PW Insider. Pay-per-view is listed as rivals and is slated to air in February. DJ Zima defeated Trevor Lee. Braxton Sutter defeated Spud. James Storm defeated Muhammad Ali. Aaron Rex with Spud defeated Jesse Goddard. Same results. I'm just giving you a brief. Decay defeated DCC. Bram and Kingston. Angela Love defeated Madison Rayne. Broken Matt defeated Drew Galloway. Moose defeated Mike Bennett with Maria Kanellis. Lashley defeated Jeff Hardy. One Night Only. Thanks to Russell's own reader, Edward Thomas, for sending in the following. JB and McKenzie were on the stage with a tumbler and wrestlers' names in it. Announced that it's the return of the Joker's Wild. There will be 7 tag matches with random partners, with the winners advancing to a gauntlet battle royal, with the winner receiving a $100,000 check from Anthem. It is said Anthem's name on the Giants check. Match number 1, Davey Richards and Moose defeated Broken Matt and Trevor Lee. Match number 2, Aaron Rex and Spud defeated Bad Bones and Jesse Goddard. DCC Kingston and Bram defeated Robbie Ian Chera. The Miracle Mike Bennett and Braxton Sutter defeated Tyrus and Crazy Steve. DJ Z and Jeff Hardy defeated Eli Drake and newcomer Paradox. Sienna and Jade defeated Laurel Van Ness and Allie. Caleb Conley and Eddie Edwards defeated Andrew Everett and Marsh Rocket. The reporter said the phone died during the time of the Gauntlet Battle Royal began. 2 people start and new opponents come in every 2 minutes afterwards. With the final 2 remain, there has to be a winner by pin or submission. Moose won with his clothesline finisher on Bram to earn a $100,000 Anthem check, which says in cash on it, whatever it means. Laugh out loud. Pretty good show, and it will air pay-per-view next month of February. Unknown date. Lashley challenged EC3 in a video. Lashley has challenged EC3 to a last man standing match on Impact Wrestling for this week, with the winner becoming new number 1 contender to the TNA World Title. Confirmed dated for January 12th. Episode of Impact, thanks to Lynn B. Aaron Rex and Rockstar Spud have rebranded as a Liberace Valet top suit. Show you a picture as well that we talked about earlier. Spud is sporting a powder blue Dorman suit. Rex in a floor-length white fur coat with oversized sparkly rings on most fingers. Rex cut a flamboyant promo claiming that Spud had been reborn and it's not about violence in 2017. Robbie E interrupted and gets a double attack in the ring. Rex will apparently be using his oversized rings as a brass knuckle type ploy. Braxton Sutter defeated Mike Bennett. Allie come out midway through the match as an equalizer against Maria Kanellis. It appears that the real life couples will be continuing this storyline. TNA Knockouts champion Rosemary cut a promo in the ring on how there's more challenges for her to take on. Jade, now sporting short hair, interrupted and requested another shot. Rosemary challenged Jade to a Monsters Ball match, red versus blue. Rosemary goes on the attack after Jade accepted. Hardy defeated the Wolves to retain the TNA tag titles. Excellent match with lots of high spots, near falls, one-on-one submissions, 2-on-1 spots. Dissension between the Wolves started, brewing to set up Davey Richards' heel turn on Edwards. Jesse Goddard defeated Bad Bones by submission. In a match tape for Explosion, Goddard is no longer wearing bromance trunks. Supposedly January 26th episode. So I guess they're doing your Joker's Wild and in between there. 26th episode, Davey Richards defeated Andrew Everett. Drew Galloway defeated Moose to retain the Grand Championship. Gallows won with a low blow, which led to him pinning Moose in round 2 after a referee was knocked out. Hardy cut a promo saying that they had a premonition to get every piece of gold there is, as Jeff pointed to their open fight night briefcase, granting them a world title opportunity. The Decay and DCC interrupted promo, which led to an impromptu tag title bout. Hardy's pinned DCC to win the 3-way match. TNA Knockout Champion Rosemary defeated Jade in a Monster Ball match like her Decay teammate. Rosemary took the brunt of the brutality after being suplexed into thumbtacks and a barbed wire table. Rosemary got the pin after suplexing Jade off the top rope onto a table. Trevor Lee cashed in his open fight night briefcase and challenged X Division champion DJZ. DJZ was selling his injuries from last week and was dominating the match. Lee defeated DJZ to become the new X Division champion. Shane Helms was out ringside. Lashley defeated Eddie Edwards to become the new TNA World title holder in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Lashley won 3 falls to 2. Cena defeated Brooke Tessmacher after an interference from Maria. TNA Explosion tapings. 3 matches. Eli Drake defeated Mahabali Shera. Laura Van Ness defeated Deonna Purrazzo. Robbie E. defeated Marsha Rocket. As noted, Aaron Rex Rockstar Spud repackaged. I already said that. Spud's entrance music is now jazz. Aaron Rex wears makeup now. Lipstick, eyeliner, blush. Liberace. Well, when he was doing the Damien Sandow. Well, we're back to the same type of shtick. Rex's official ring introduction must be sung. Spud sang it 3 times while encouraging audience participation. Rex tapes his oversized rings and turns them accordingly to act as brass knuckles. Spud performs a post-match dry down on Aaron, front and back. Rex's nude trunks were replaced with glitter trunks. Well, a couple of more photos if I'll post them all together. That were shown of Aaron Rex's gear and what have you. Thanks to Wrestling Inc. Reader Lynn B again for this for February 9th. Hardy cut an in-ring promo declaring that they want all tag titles everywhere. Any other promotion, and gave a warning to the Bucks of Youth, Family of Wyatts, and others. Jeff cashed in his open fight night briefcase by challenging Lashley for the TNA World title. TNA World Championship, Bobby Lashley defeated Jeff Hardy by pinfall after a spear. Crowd was squarely behind Hardy. Eddie Edwards came to the ring afterwards wanting a rematch for the title that gives Lashley a new nickname, Triple B. Bitch Boy Bobby. Which the crowd quickly adopted. Lashley granted Edwards a rematch at a future date. Drew Galloway cut a promo in the ring. He wants to make the Grand Championship more important than the TNA World title. Moose interrupted, wanting a rematch. Galloway was already approached for a title shot tonight, which was to begin imminently. TNA Grand Championship, Drew Galloway defeated Rob Ryzen by pinfall in round 1. EC3 defeated Eli Drake after the latter cashed in on his open fight night briefcase against an opponent of Tyrus' choosing. Not sure if this was a no-holds-barred match or a baseball bat made a perfectly legal appearance. Nor are we sure of the purpose of this rivalry. As Eli and Tyrus beat down EC3 post-match, a blackout occurred and DCC entered the ring to beat down all 3. A legit trainer comes out to check on 2 refs carrying EC3 to the back, who's sporting a massive bruise around his ribcage. Brandy Rhodes is back, calls out Rosemary. Decay comes to the ring and surrounds Brandy. Rosemary put Brandy in a submission until Moose randomly appeared to clean house. Aaron Rex defeated Robbie E with a new gimmick. new gimmick update, Spud's entrance. Already said all that. And there was a Helms Dynasty promo. Helms introduced Trevor Lee, new X Division champion, as the crown jewel of Helms Dynasty, and claims Andrew Everett to be the weakness. Helms and Lee beat down Everett to trim some fat from their stable. Brooke Tessmacher defeated Sienna. Brandy Rhodes and Moose defeated Rosemary and Crazy Steve in a mixed tag match. The men dominated 95% of the match before Brandy performed an awkward dropkick off the second turnbuckle for the win. DCC defeated Eli Drake and Tyrus in a 3-on-2 match. Eli walked out mid-match, leaving Tyrus to get piled on for the defeat. Explosion match with tape. Marsh Rocket defeated Samuel Shaw. More results from Lynn B. Impact Wrestling for January 26th. Davey Richards defeated Andrew Everett. Drew Galloway defeated Moose to retain the Grand Championship. Gallows won with a low blow, which led to pinning Moose in round 2 after the referee was knocked out. Hardys cut a promo saying that they had a premonition. Get a piece of it. Basically saying what I read earlier. Knockout champion Rosemary defeated Jade in a Monsters Ball match. Like her teammate, Rosemary took the brunt of the brutality, suplexing Jade off the top rope onto a table. Trevor Lee cashed in his open fight and became your new X Division champion. And he won it off of DJ Zima. Lashley defeated Edwards to become the new TNA World Champion in the 30-minute Iron Man match. 3 falls to 2. Sienna defeated Brooke Tessmacher after interference from Maria. Explosion tapings. Eli Drake defeated Mahabali. Lauren Van Ness defeated Diana. Robbie E. defeated Marsh Rocket. To be broadcast February 2nd and February 9th. Hard to cut an in-ring promo, declaring that they want all the tag team titles everywhere again. So I guess they're doing both nights. World Championship match. Bobby Lashley defeated Jeff Hardy by pinfall after a spear. Again, the same results from earlier. Eddie Edwards came out to the ring afterwards, wanted a rematch. He gave Lashley a new name. B-Boy Bobby. Galloway cut a promo in the ring, wants to make a grand championship more, yada yada. Which match? Moose wanted a rematch, but Galloway was already granted a match, and the match started immediately. Grand Championship, Galloway defeated Rob Rison. EC3 defeated Eli Drake. Brandy Rhodes backstage called out Rosemary, yada yada yada. Rosemary put Brandy in a submission until Moose randomly a clean house. Tessmacher defeated Sienna. Different results. Brandy and Moose defeated Rosemary and Crazy Steve. DCC defeated Eli Drake and Tyrus on 3-on-2. Eli walked out, leaving Tyrus to get beat down. Marsh Rocket defeated Samuel Shaw for Explosion. Moose defeated Galloway by split decision to regain the TNA Grand Championship at the TNA tapings. In Orlando, Galloway had defeated Moose to win the title at the previous week's tapings. Also on the show, former UFC heavyweight champion Josh Barrett, show you a picture of that as well, made his TNA debut at Thursday's Impact Wrestling in Orlando. Barnett challenged TNA World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley and later faced him in a match that will air sometime in February, unknown date. This means that a lot of that the current UFC fighter is feuding with current Bellator fighter on TNA TV. Barnett also wrestled Bad Bones in a match that will also air in February. Show you a picture of that a little bit. Barnett briefly was announced as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion as the match ended in controversy with referee Brian Hebner missing Lashley's shoulder going up. Referee Brian Stifler then came out to explain what happened, but before senior referee Earl Hebner restarted the match, Lashley ended up winning off the restart to regain his title. Barnett, who has done commentary for New Japan Pro Wrestling on AXS since 2015, is currently serving a MMA suspension from the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency after he failed an out-of-competition drug test on December 9th. Barnett's last UFC fight came on September 3rd, 2016, with a win over Andrei Arlovsky in the main event of a UFC Fight Night event from Germany. Barnett has an MMA record of 35-8. There is some pro wrestling history between Barnett and Lashley. Barnett defeated Lashley back in 2011 during IGF heavyweight title tournament match in Tokyo. Barnett ended up losing in the finals of that tournament. TNA wrapped up this month's tapings from Universal Studios in Orlando. Thanks to Tyler Van Meter for the following spoilers from that night. This was aired on Impact through February, and some may have been taped out of order. For spoilers for the past week worth of TV tapings, I was waiting for more for this week, but I thought there was more. Being this is now January 18th. Well, here you go. Angelina Love defeated Brandy Rhodes in a match tape for Explosion. James Storm, Eddie Kingston, and Bram defeated Abyss, Crazy Steve, in a Falls Count Anywhere match for Open Fight Night. World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley came to the ring and bragged on how he's taking out Eddie Evans and EC3. He talks about how no wrestler or MMA fighter can beat him. When pro wrestler and UFC fighter Josh Barnett comes out to make his debut, he calls Lashley a liar. Lashley gives Barnett the chance to leave before he whips his ass. They scrap and Lashley slides out of an armbar. Barnett challenges Lashley to a title match and he accepts. Moose defeated Drew Galloway to become the new TNA Grand Champion. Match ended up in a split decision. Eddie Edwards calls out Davey Richards, but his wife Angelina Love come out instead. She introduced Davey as the American Wolf, and he comes out cutting a promo on Eddie. They end up brawling before Eddie challenges Davey to a street fight. Josh Barnett defeated Bad Bones with Lashley on commentary. Show you a picture of that, like I said earlier. Rosemary retained the TNA Knockout title over Jade in the last knockout standing match. Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards was a street fight ended in chaos after Davey smashed 2 chairs into Eddie's head. Eddie's wife Alicia was handcuffed to the ring and taunted by Angelina. Love hit Earl Hebner with a low blow and counts Davey's pin on Eddie. Angelina and Davey made out on top of Eddie while he's knocked out. Lashley retained the World Heavyweight title over Josh Barnett. The match first saw Barnett win the title, but referee Brian Hebner didn't see Lashley kick out. Referee Brian Stifler came out to inform Hebner of what happened. Barnett is celebrating with the title when Earl Hebner comes out and restarts the match. There may have been controversy with the finish, too, as Barnett looked to kick out before the pinfall as well. Lashley was also announced the winner. Well, I'm seeing a rematch in March taping. The wedding of Braxton Saxon and Laurel Van Ness was a miss, especially for the show closer. Sutter's groomsmen were Aaron Rex, Rockstar Spud, Mike Bennett. Maria Kanellis, Sienna, and ring bearer Allie were also there. Lots of heat from the crowd there. They really didn't like it at first. Laurel said, "I do," but Sutter doesn't. He disses Laurel and announces that he is in love with Allie. Maria fires Allie, but Allie nails her. Sienna comes for Allie, but Brooke Tessmacher is out for the save. Robbie E was out next to stop Mike Bennett. The segment ended with Allie and Sutter kissing in the middle of the ring while Laurel cried away to the back. Allie and Sutter were over with the crowd at the end. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on be. That concludes my tapings. If you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.